Hello, this is Bandai Employees. I'm your host Maverick, and today we will be doing a goddamn review on this figure. This unique figure. Yes, a Tanjiro Kamado figure. This was recorded like I think on the 13th. I don't even know the date today. It's like on, I think it's the 13th or something. But it's a few days, like a couple weeks before Christmas, so we attempted to get a few more videos, but due to how our schedule works, you'll probably be seeing this in April. Because we just pulled out a video that was recorded in in the summer break, somewhere in like August, and that just got pulled out. So like, you know, my recording schedule's already dead. It's convulsing on the floor, having a break dance. But anyways, for this figure, we have great artwork, except I don't even know where the hell they got that artwork from. It just makes it look like the background for like a map, like if you're opening for an anime scene with a map, it's just like this old rustic background, and just here in this location, this is where the main protagonist, I don't know who, some random folk that became strong-lived with his family, it may be dead, I don't know, Batman. Like that kind of thing. That's like the type of coloring you would use for a map. I already like the facial expression. Ooh, there's a Nezuko. Hey yo, I want that. It's cute and small. It's small, Nezuko. I need that in my life. I need that shit. I need that shit. Row your boat down the stream. If you're a weeb, you can sit down here. Frankly, there are in fact 4 pieces of this, and the sword included as a separate object. But I was thinking of something, goddamn it. So, while I'm opening this up, have you ever thought about an anime body bag? Because body bags are generally the black kind of thing. What if you had an anime body bag? You can at least have your final moments with your wife or something. So like an anime body bag, like 02 imprinted on it. Like something like that. That would actually be sick. I want to die like that. At least it'll be an anime body bag, right? I'm just thinking ahead, man. Anime body bags. So good. Ugh. Here in Canada and British Columbia, it was snowing like hell. Walking home was absolute hell. Wait, what? Oh, I actually thought it would be unsheathable. Man, I overestimated these people. Anywho, let's put this blade in first, because well, these things are pain putting afterwards. Like, let's put it in early, and let's snap on his head. Oh yay, we have finally correct body proportions. It's correct body proportions for once in my life. I've actually seen it. So, I like that they actually include the correct proportions for this figure, and not having like a cheapy ass head, or just like 2 times bigger than the body, and you need ridiculous neck muscles to hold that head up. I also like the box is actually a good size, then instead of being too big or too small, like cartoon made. I like the shoes. It's like, instead of being like 3 white plates kind of with a button, it's actually instead it actually has detail for once that's actually included. I like the sword. It's actually removable, so if you want him without the sword, yeah, you can have that. I think you should be a little bit deeper in. That's on the sus. I like they put a little bit more detail into the earrings. The ears are pretty nice. How not sure if that's required, like the little hair stick on the side. It looks slightly off, it just makes him look a little bit disproportioned. Face looks good, I'm not sure if he requires a nose really. And kind of looks like the same as this one. From the same set. So you can kind of get a reference. Oh wow, they made this thing. They made Shinobu a midget. Just like me and my social people. This is me around my other friends. A midget. They made her tiny. I feel like they added like the slight tan of brown to everything. Because like the coloring of the eyes is slightly brownish. So it's like kind of like the background here. Well, they did this Nezuko here, where they like made her slightly tan down, toned down in coloring. I think they did a slight bit for this thing, like the buttons. Like all figures, they have the buttons, and for once, it actually looks like correct here. There's a good belt. I just can't get off what's different here on the legs. I can check. This one. Oh, I know the word. Instead of protruding outwards, it's actually having indents inwards. That's what I meant. Because I couldn't figure out what was actually unique about this figure. So like its pants are built differently where it's actually protruding inwards instead of going outwards. Because if going outwards is just like an easier way to do things and looks decent, but like it doesn't look realistic. Like whose leg muscles are just gonna be squares. It's not really realistic. I do really like the box. It would be fun if it opened up and showed a tiny little Nezuko. I forgot what scene this was from. Oh, it actually has a slight bit of front bend. That's actually pretty cool. Because like, if you're holding a big object on your back, you wouldn't be standing straight up because it's slightly heavy, like a box with metal bearings and everything. So yeah, I like that bit of realism. Height-wise, we have him standing tall at 17 centimeters. So that's pretty good, and we have this Shinobu standing up at like 15 centimeters, 16 centimeters-ish. So they really cut down on their height. That'll be like a meter 17 kinda. But I think they just decided to reduce this thing by like 10. So it's like a 1 in 10 to the actual height. And I'm guessing this is also 1 in 10, so they made it pretty realistic to how tall they would actually be. Now, texture-wise, they use the same exact texture here, except sometimes like the patterning and how it goes is different. But I like that instead of like having the texture completely cut off into like different sections, like where it's like a quarter of a square and it just turns into green. They actually decided to continue the coloring here. Like the actual squares, so that's kind of cool. So they continued the actual thing there, same there. Instead of like making it two different textures, just merging together randomly in areas. And same here, they did it exactly the same like that one. So yeah, pretty realistic of a figure if I do say. So I think I'll give this. Recommendation wise, I pretty do highly recommend it. If you have like a chibi figure or two, it can go cool nicely alongside of this thing, or some merchandise or T-shirts, something like this. This could be used to hold it down for just to make your room a little bit more spicy. But altogether, my final verdict for this Tanjiro figure will be an 8 out of 10. If it was a bit bigger, it'd be a little bit easier to tell if there's any discrepancies of the figure, and if it kind of fixed up the face, because it just kind of I kind of feel like the eyes are just a little bit too wide from each other. I personally feel just a little bit wide. Because I feel like your eyes are not supposed to be, or your eyes are supposed to be like in the middle of the face, not like going outwards, kinda. Or it just may be his eyes are just too small. I'm not quite sure. But it's just like, it might be just opening up his eyes too much. I'm not quite sure, but just something just a little bit off. Same with this thing out. The smile just makes it look creepy. Altogether, my final verdict for this figure is I will give this figure an 8 out of 10. There's a few things that could be changed, like, let's say, fixing up like these small issues here and there. The molding isn't exactly perfect, but like, it'll work for what you got, or money-wise, it's a pretty good figure to have with Bandai Spirits. So, altogether, this is Banana Game Toys. I'm your host Maverick, and I'm out slowly.